Investigations, and I am live in Groton, Connecticut right now, and myself, Sean of Long Island Audit, this is his truck right there. There is Sean over there, and two Groton police officers came by, and they were very chill. They are probably thinking, what the heck are they doing here? Then obviously we pose no threat to anyone here, so they pose a threat to us, big time. But check out the truck here, everybody. Is this cool? And Sean spent probably hours doing the programming. There's a lot to program here. Hey, the exposure report. God bless you. This is my good colleague. Make sure to subscribe to the exposure report, formerly known as Full Court Press. He is awesome, and he couldn't be here today. And this is Sean of Long Island Audit's truck, the famous billboard truck. He took this all the way from Long Island over the ocean. He took this. Yo, 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 everybody, welcome. And the town hall meeting is going to be starting in about 25 minutes. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be an epic meeting. It's going to be incredible. And hello, everybody, and keep smashing that like button as you come in. Let's get this out to everyone. Let's get this live out to everybody. And how's the sound, by the way? And put a 1 if the sound is good, put a 0 if it is not. I have the new DJI Mic 3s I'm using today. Hey, hello there. Paj and Buzz, hello. Is that Errol Flynn? Errol Flynn, great actor. I love that guy. Jelly Bean, hello there. So welcome. And keep smashing that like button as you're coming in here. And how's the sound? Again, 1 if it's good, 0 if it is not. And can you hear Sean's billboard truck in the back too? And here, let me give you a good tour of the truck here. Check this out. And she really does act like Satana. She's a mean mayor. Like bad. They have that song, Bad Leroy Brown. Bad Leroy Truth. She's like bad. Mayor Rachel Franco. She's really mean. So mean. Look, it's 360 degree of tyranny. Oh, this message is perfect. Tyrant Mayor Franco, resign now. Amen, brothers and sisters. Thank you for the ones there. And this truck is so cool. Check this out. Get a 360 degree tour of the truck. And that's, of course, the famous Jerry Springer. The very famous Jerry Springer. Jerry. And it's an epic truck. And my name for this truck is Epic. And check this out here. This is the Groton police car here. And I'm going to be covering a story where someone literally, they got not only arrested, they were concussed because they were doing exactly what I was doing in Asbury Park, New Jersey, a couple months ago. It was crazy. And please keep smashing that like button, everybody, and please subscribe to my channel. I am working diligently on growing my channel, which I didn't do for many months, for actually almost 2 years. I didn't really do a lot of uploading, and I'm diligently working on it now. My goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers by November 1st. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I've gotten, I believe it's over 10,000 subscribers in the last month alone. And went from 45,000 to over 55,000 now. Help me to get to 60. My next goal is 60. And let's see how close we can get to it today. And it's a beautiful day in Groton, Connecticut. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous, everybody. And look at the golden hour. The light is magical here.
Let me just tell you, I'm very concerned.
Can you hear the truck okay too? Put a 1 if you can hear Mayor Groton complaining. She's the ultimate victim. Her and Stack should get married. Mayor Rachel Franco of Groton, Connecticut, and Mayor Brian Stack should get married. Hello, Gloria Ad. Thank you so much for the kind words.
So I'll continue. I will continue.
John.
I will not speak at this time.
What's it too much? Joel, hello.
Do not speak during this time. I didn't say
Leonard Mick, MC. Thanks for joining. And the town hall meeting is going to start in about 21 minutes. And also, Garden State Accountability is coming here all the way from where he lives. It's a long way. And where did my phone go here? There, I want to get Garden State on the phone here for a minute. And he's on the way. And please describe the Garden State Accountability, Scalzo Photo, and the exposure report. Let's see. Here, I'm going to get Vinny, Garden State Accountability, on the phone here. Give him a call. Okay, here, I'm going to go a little further away. So, hey, Vinny, I'm live now. Can you talk?
Yeah, I can talk.
All right, just to say a quick word, I know you're driving, and I know you're hands-free. You're not holding your phone. And so with his hands, you're not holding the phone. So, what do you want to say to, hold on, I got to get to a better place. And we have Sean's truck, which is very beautifully rich and loud, but not too loud. And here, let me get it in the background. All right, so Garden State Accountability, he is part of the Leroy Truth Investigation Tyrant Response Team, and of course, each of them are independent as well. And so, Vinny, how long, what's your commitment level? How long is it taking you to drive here today to speak at this meeting?
Today, I'm still driving. I left my job at 1 o'clock, and I'm still driving. So we're going on just about 5.5 hours to get Groton.
Now that is dedication and commitment, everybody. Garden State Accountability. He's driving at least 5.5 hours to speak at this meeting for 2 minutes, and which is supposed to be 5 minutes, but Mayor Franco made a big boo-boo and became a dictator, and she said, oh, I can just unilaterally, through executive order, make this short. Instead of 5 minutes, I can make it 2 minutes. And and there's only 30 minutes total to speak in the whole meeting. And of course, that was illegal. And we looked it up, and actually, Sean looked it up, and to be specific, and he saw that, no, she can't unilaterally say, take away our speaking time from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. In their rules, it has to be voted on by the entire council. So what are your thoughts on that, Vinny?
Well, she just tries to pull a fast one on everybody. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to hear from the people. She doesn't even want to hear from her own council. So, I mean, I'm really not surprised. Not surprised at all.
No, it's really, really disgusting. And she is such an allegedly corrupt mayor, like very, very allegedly corrupt. And I've been receiving so much information about her. She's giving the corrupt mayor Bryan Stack and corrupt Senator Bryan Stack a run for his money. And I'm thinking of playing matchmaker here. And if I were to say a match made in heaven like the Love Connection, the Leroy Truth Matchmaker Service would say Mayor Rachel Groton and Mayor Bryan Stack of Union City, New Jersey. They would make a great corrupt unpower couple. What do you say about that?
I think you're right, dude. I really do. I mean, what would we do though about Mayor Franco's husband? He's a tyrant as well.
Oh yeah, he's a tyrant. And I've also got some allegations about him, very disturbing allegations that I'm going to be investigating. So yeah, that's, you know, I don't know what the logistics of that will be. I don't think Mayor Stack is married. He's single. He's single and ready to mingle, Mayor Rachel Franco. So I don't know if you're legally married or if you're just living together. And you know, God bless you either way. It's your personal life. And but
didn't he strong arm you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't he strong arm you?
Yeah, but David Franco, the mayor's wife, and I use that intentionally, the mayor's wife, it's not a mistake. David Franco, he's the head of the Little League here, and I heard he's paid as well. And there's some serious allegations that I hear against him. Hold on, I think these are the council people coming in here. Would you like to sing a sea shanty to anyone here? Is he a councilman? I think you're a councilman. So would you like to sing a sea shanty? Can you tell us?
I'm working on it. I'm working on exposing some sort of affair with the town manager. I'm working on everything. I'm working on it.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, you haven't heard that?
Heard that one? That's an allegation, by the way. That's an allegation. I heard that from somebody.
I heard that too. I heard
that too, Leroy?
I heard it too, but it's only an allegation. And so
I heard that Mayor Franco.
Yeah. So we both heard today, then this is an allegation. And the question that's going to be asked is, is Mayor Franco, is the question, having any type of relations with town manager John Burt? I have had numerous people who have brought this to me. These are just allegations. I want to be super, super clear. And we're just going to be asking questions about that to see, I hope it's not true. I really, really hope it's not true. But that's a number of, not just a number, numerous people have brought that forth. And I don't care about their personal life whatsoever. That's none of our business. But when it becomes a conflict of interest, if two people who are in power here in the government are engaged in something they shouldn't be, shall we say, that could be a problem from a legal standpoint, not just professional decorum. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I don't know. If the allegations are true, there's just corruption going on everywhere. I really don't know much to say about that.
Right. Well, I hope it's not true, and it probably isn't true, but it's a legitimate thing to ask about as well tonight. And please, everybody, smash that like button now if you haven't already. Smash it away. And I've heard that when you smash the like button, it's almost like taking 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Almost. And may help your immune system. And of course, this is satire. So anyone says I'm giving medical advice, I am not. I'm not a medical professional. All right, hey, they opened up the place now. So let's head in there.
6 minutes away. 6 minutes away.
All right, you were making awesome time, Vinny, and I know you drove the speed limit the entire time. And would you like to share on live here what you're going to talk about tonight? Because people really need to hear. I talked to this very nice woman earlier today, and she has very important things to say. So, what would you like to say tonight?
Well,
No. This is not. There's a woman here. You can't see, Vinny. Stand by.
Hi. Yeah, I'm just here tonight to ask the town council on the whole. They wanted to vet the funds for the opioid funds, the cannabis funds, and the NIP funds to one resource. And I just think it's really important for our community to consider these three new streams of revenue as a compilation of funds to be used to help our people that are involved in recovery, addiction, homelessness, and our domestic violence population. We have several wonderful resources in Groton that can benefit from having these funds. And I think that rather than making a decision without public input, that our town council needs to open it up and to have a process and a time limit to have all of these service organizations be able to vet for the funds to be able to help the many in our community, and also the people that are in these organizations are compassionate and caring, and they need to be recognized for what they do for our community and those in need.
That's wonderful. And you have an organization you want to give a shout out to so people know about it?
No, I'm just a voter here, but I'm going to announce tonight my name is Patricia Weaver, and I'm going to be nominated for the town council with the Independent Party.
Wow. Now we're talking. A local person. She is not anything fancy in politics, but she is a caring citizen, American. Actually, I don't like to say citizen. I think say caring American. It's better. A caring human who lives. You live in Groton, right?
I do. I've lived in Groton since 1998, and my children have gone to school here. And it's a wonderful community. And Groton also has a wonderful opportunity right now because the Groton City Mayor is stepping down, and our Groton Town Mayor is stepping down. So in this election, we have the opportunity to make it about our community and not voting in line with the party. We have to open it up and make the best decisions for our community as a whole. Right
on, Patricia. And what would you do in regards to that Mayor Rachel Franco, the meanest mayor east of Minnesota? She suddenly, unilaterally, through executive order, took away we the people's all of our time from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. And was that even legal?
In my humble opinion, I wasn't at the meeting, but I don't think it followed Robert's Rules of Orders, and it wasn't voted in appropriately, and I don't think one person can make that decision. So it needs to be done in the correct procedural order.
You're right on. And I'll give you a secret, everybody, and for Patricia Weaver too. Sean of Long Island Audit looked at the rules, and she broke major law there. Major lawsuits. And no one's looking for a lawsuit, but when they do these things and take our rights away and our speaking time, not just mine, not just Sean's, anyone who attends this, that's a major problem. And any mayor or councilwoman, councilman who does these unlawful things that take away our right to redress and petition our government needs to be immediately gone from their office, period.
And also what happened in this particular case, there was no timing or rush to have these funds vetted, but she, as the outgoing mayor, she wanted to put it on the agenda, and this is the only meeting where there can be public comments. So she put it on a meeting night where there could be no public comment and followed up 4 days later, trying to make the decision within just 4 days without any public input or ability to comment. And these are like almost $250,000 worth of funds that need public comment and input on.
Right, wow, and these are funds that can save people's lives, people who need support and recovery for drugs or alcohol or domestic abuse survivors as well.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing is the opioid funding settlement is from a lawsuit that benefited a lot of states and municipalities across the United States, and once a town or a municipality was offered the funds, the state gets 70% of the funds, but the municipalities get 15% to use as they desire. But it's really supposed to be used. It can't be put to the general fund. It can only be used for treatment, recovery, and prevention. And it should be sourced for all age groups and to reach out to the best services for all of them. The cannabis funds that we just scattered because Groton has a new dispensary and we're getting taxes now. So that's a new stream of revenue, and there's actually state guidelines to use those, which should go to our police force and for training and education as well.
Wow. And can you believe for decades, people were going to federal prison, state prison for 4 decades, for 5, 10, 20 years to life for possession of marijuana, and now the state is enjoying this major boon in tax revenue.
Well, things do change, but my opinion on that is it's a revenue stream, and rather than just appointing it to the general fund, I think it should be utilized for what it is given for, to help the population that's impacted.
I agree. I think that's wise. Now, Patricia Weaver, how would people donate to your campaign? Because I would highly encourage, we need someone like this who is basically, she's the opposite of Rachel, Mayor Rachel Franco.
We haven't formally mentioned our endorsements to the independent party here in Groton, but I would encourage anyone who wants to see change and who wants to break out of the old thinking of voting in party to have fresh ideas and a fresh perspective to donate to the independent party in Groton.
All right, so donate.
By paper, we're working on.
Oh, can you come on camera too?
Yes. I'll stay off camera.
Okay, but we're gonna have her off camera. But I just wanted to read a couple of these things. People are really excited about you. And who do we have here? Darren says, vote for Patricia, and love this. And Groton, vote for this woman. Blue Line Transparency. Thank you, Darren. You go, Patricia. And so donate to the independent party in Groton. Now we're gonna have someone who's off camera here. And why do you want to be off camera, by the way?
I'm just shy. My name's Lauren Gauthier. I'm with the Groton Independent Party here. It's a minor party that we formulated actually 2 years ago in opposition to the Democrats, who have complete control over our town politics and whose only interest is consolidating their power on end. It's been this way for about 8 years now. We're filing our paperwork tomorrow. We have a ballot line, so after that we will be able to set up online donation forms. Right now it's just by paper.
All right, excellent. So thank you for sharing. And we want the people like Patricia elected. We want to overturn all the other gluteus maximus kissers, we'll call them, of Rachel Franco and the status quo. Because they don't represent you, they don't represent the people of Groton, they represent themselves.
The meeting is starting, so thank you very much for this
We gotta go
opportunity
sign
to
up,
speak.
Okay, let's
or
go.
otherwise we can't speak.
Yep, let's go sign up there. All right. Hey, nice bike. I'm a biker too. Hey, thank you, gentlemen. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going in. We're going in. We're going in. Oh, I didn't get here early enough. I usually have the front row. That's all right. Here. Oops. I'm gonna have this here. And hold on. My tripod was coming apart there. All right, so we have speaking here. Let's see. Hello there. Good. Okay, hold on. Let's do this formally. Okay, here's the speaking list here. How many minutes do we get? Do we get 5 minutes today again?
I'm not sure. She'll have to talk about it.
Does any other council people know if we're going to get 5 minutes today? Like we should? Why don't you talk? Just like, look at them. They're all mute. They can still talk. They're humans. Here, I got it. Let's see.
Well, there should be, but I doubt.
So there were several people that were was put on.
You don't have to let you know. You don't have to have it. Yep. And so we're supposed to have back our 5 minutes. Can you run the camera for me here? And here, hold on. Let's see. We're supposed to have back our entire 5 minutes, and they're not supposed to do a 30-minute limit. No, supposedly not. But I was just asking these council people, and they're mute. They won't talk. I mean, here, let's get this higher. That's guard state accountability behind the camera. Okay, then we got. And
Are you going to talk?
Just briefly.
Oh, okay.
I didn't write anything else.
okay.
What's up, guys? Smash that like button if you haven't already.
All right, take a look here. Yeah, take a look here. So here's the list. Here's the meeting list, the sign-up list there. And so we got, you see this? Take a good look. Oh, it's backwards. Turn the camera around. Let's make it frontwards. Meeting list here. Okay. There we go. I'm on Audit, guard state accountability, Leroy, true Scalzo Photo. Okay. So we are all set and official. And can you believe the people wouldn't talk? I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I asked the council people. And before the meeting starts, would any of the council people condemn spitting as being bad? Is spitting wrong, John Burt? Are you willing to say on camera today, is spitting wrong if a man spits on another man?
I have no comments, other than everybody gets their day in court.
Well, just from a man to man, as we talked last time, I mean, it's a simple thing to say, it's wrong to spit on another man. It's like, in fact, it's even more wrong for BRYAN Fahey to spit in Sean of Long Island Audit's mouth. And some people I talked with a mystic today are saying, oh, no, no, Fahey didn't do that. Like, look at the video. Oh. Okay, stand by just for a minute. Stand by, I got some secret info coming.
I have no idea what it's about. I mean,
Well, I already heard that, but thank you for the additional. Okay.
well, you can, that's why it's there.
Yeah, okay. And they said the reason why that, no, supposedly this whole thing here, this whole line is here, is because Mayor Franco. Oh, yes, I do. Here, let's see. It's magnetic. Okay, this is awesome. Okay. And you're going to be able to hear today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be wonderful. You're going to be able to hear the speakers because look at what we did. We have these magnetic mics. We're putting them right on the speakers. And I just got the new DJI mic. And how do my mics sound today, by the way? These are brand new microphones. So we put them right on the speaker. So when people speak, ideally you'll be able to hear them. So that would be helpful. But yeah, so they have this line because Mayor Rachel Franco, she claims that someone spit on Councilwoman Rusk's seat. But curiously, even though she said there was going to be an investigation, there appeared to be no investigation. Now, they could have DNA tested it. And who was it that sat on her seat? Some sources claimed it was her husband trying to set us up. Well, then DNA tested. And maybe, no, I'm not saying it is, but sources say it was her husband who assaulted me, David Franco. So we have a few people here today. Hopefully they will speak and they will exercise their First Amendment rights as guaranteed by the United States Constitution. And please smash that like button, everybody. Hello there. Hello. That's the hero of Groton right there. That's Councilwoman Bordelin, who doesn't go through a back door. She comes through the front door, head held high because she's she is a strong woman. She is a strong councilwoman, and she should be the next mayor. I would vote for Councilwoman Bordelin there. Hey, hello there. Go ahead. Oh, Sean, I see 3 minutes on the timer there. It looks like they raised it 1 minute. I want 5 minutes. Supposed to be 5 minutes? Yeah. Okay. And since the meeting hasn't started yet, Rachel, on a scale of 1 to 10, Mayor Franco, how corrupt are you? Go.
I give it 11, Bob.
What do you give it?
11.
Yeah, sources say an 11 or 11,000. This is your chance, Mayor Franco. Tell the people. Scale of 1 to 10, how corrupt are you? Go. Just silence.
Just be careful, don't get out of here and breach peace and lose your access.
Yes. Yeah. You're first. You're first on our group.
But that was AI in the hands.
Keeps going out.
No.
It keeps like,
Strange.
that keeps like, losing power somehow.
Yeah. Is it fully
There's
charged?
no
Or?
way Scalzo's
Yeah. Scalzo, if you're watching this, or maybe watching
Scalzo,
yours,
if you're not Scalzo, I know you're watching my live stream, so I'm gonna let you know, either mine or Leroy. So Scalzo, if you don't show up, you are gonna get kicked out.
right? No dinner for you.
No dinner.
No scrambled eggs for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please smash that like button. Smash away. This isn't a good vantage point. I'm trying to get that's really the best vantage point over there. The TV covers us up there. Now it got so quiet like a church. Let us pray. Let us pray. Here it starts. Here we go.
It is 6:31, and we're calling the regular town council meeting agenda to order on September 2nd, 2025. Town clerk, would you like to take the roll call?
Can you hear? She's like whispering.
Here.
Bordelin is there. She has kind of the pinkish suit there.
He had sent me a message saying he was not able to attend.
Here.
Here. He's walking in the door right now.
Oh, thank you for the $5 super chat. God bless you. Rami Ho, thank you to all the mods. Call and duty auditor.
We're going
God
to
bless you
salute the
all.
flag.
Dirk Diggler. Now, they're going to do a place to the flag and then dishonor our country and our freedoms.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Jeff, yeah. And Sean said for liberty and justice for all.
Up next, we have no public
Including
hearings
Sean.
and receipt of citizens' petitions, comments, and concerns. Receipt of citizens' petition
Jeff Third.
is a
hello,
portion
Mayor.
of the
Please contact
council
me about
meeting where the
appointment of
council
all lawyers.
welcomes comments from the citizens.
Okay.
To address the council, please sign the
Email me.
sheet on the
Email me,
table in
Jeff.
front of the meeting room. When you are recognized by the mayor, please approach the podium, clearly state your name and address, and speak into the microphone. Each presentation should be limited to 2 minutes or less, and citizens should, if possible, submit written comments. The total time allotted for this portion of the meeting is 30 minutes. In order to preserve the order of the meeting as referenced in Rule 5H of the Rules and Procedure to govern the 34th Town Council. Up first is John Goodrich. Your question.
My question is, from my understanding of the rules that we're supposed to vote on this, that the rule that you're referencing gives the mayor the opportunity and the option to make sure that when we had our town speeches that we were controlling the time. But as a council, we have not voted on this as an entire group to follow this particular policy. This is something that showed up in our packet, and we've never had a fair shot individually to vote on this item. And per the rules, we're not following them.
Rule 11.
May I respond?
Sure.
The section 5H says presentations can be limited by the mayor. And the other rule you're speaking about, the citizens petitions, is up to 5-minute limit. And if it is to go above 5 minutes, from my understanding, if it's supposed to go beyond 5 minutes, the council would vote on that. And it has been precedence from previous mayors, and it has always been the way, is the mayor sets the time limit if it is under 5 minutes.
So the other section you wanted to speak.
This
so
is not we
I
cannot get into debate about
point-
this. I've answered your point of information. We have
The
to move on
point
now.
of information on that, though, also is that limiting it to 30 minutes is stifling people's freedom of speech.
That is not a question.
My question, are we following proper FOI and public and fair equal access due to the fact that if somebody shows up here tonight, right now that we have people here because of another issue. So if 20 of them show up to speak and you're only allowing 30 minutes, we only offer it once a month. If other people want to talk about their yard or their dog problem or other things that are happening in their town, you're telling them that they cannot speak tonight because you're limiting it to only 15. We did not vote on that. That's not fair. It's not fair to our community. It doesn't matter if we have an issue going on in our community or not.
That you're debating now, you're not.
Okay,
Your question
well,
has been asked.
we should vote on this as a council.
You would like to vote on it?
I think it should be voted, yeah.
Then you need to bring forward.
Sure, I'd like to make a motion to vote on this proper.
You have to make a proper motion.
My motion is, I recommend that we reconsider receipt of citizens petitions rules.
It's not
here as
considered a
defined.
reconsideration. It's a motion to what? First, you have to suspend the rules.
So what would you like? You tell me what you'd like.
Councilor Bordelon, I'm sorry to say this, but you've been doing it for 6 years. So
I don't appreciate the insults.
Ooh, she's
you know the
reprimanding her.
process and the procedures that
It
have to be
should
done.
every day up here.
So
I would like
first
to make
you
a
need
motion
to suspend the rules.
to suspend the rules to re-look at this because I don't know how we're suspending when we never even voted on it
So
at
the
all.
question on the floor is to suspend the rules.
Borderland is the only one
Do
who
I
has
hear a
guts.
second? I do not hear a second on that.
Thank you.
For God's sakes.
So we're receipt of citizens petitions, comments, and concerns. Up first is John Goodrich.
This is insane. You see how mean the mayor is, and also unlawful. Okay, here's
Good evening, everyone.
John Goodrich.
Sean Goodrich, 74 Irving Street, Mystic, Connecticut. So my comments are not directed toward Councilor McBride nor Councilor Bordelon. I just want to make that clear. I hope you guys look around and understand, for all of you, the last 2 years have been nothing but a complete failure. You have police people guarding this place. You have barriers keeping the public away. You've embarrassed us in front of hundreds of thousands of people nationwide. So take that into account. That being said, one thing that's really bothered me is one of you's being singled out unfairly. And frankly, that's Mayor Franco. I see everybody attacking Mayor Franco, but she's not the one solely doing this. It's all of you. It's a corporate culture in this town. You know, I've got our town manager wanton, willfully, and maliciously attacking me. He sent 300 emails to my chairperson attacking me, supposedly. It was published in the April 30th,
that's crazy.
The Connecticut Examiner. When Councilor Rusk decided to release the draft findings, and I'm sorry, John, people don't like this word, but I believe I'm telling the truth. The town manager lied to Russell Blair.
Yes.
Said there's an FOI to release it. That was on, I have the emails, and I'll email tell you guys so everybody else can FOI it. But that was on June 5th. The first FOI came in June 11th. So John, with that type of foresight, if you can get me the Powerball numbers tomorrow, I'd really appreciate it because you can look into the future, my friend. And then we have Ms. Rusk running for mayor of the city of Groton, who said in public that I cost the town of Groton $21,000 in legal fees. Except when I FOI the bill, it's 938 bucks. Kind of a big difference, Jill. 938 bucks and 21,000. Hopefully you can do better math.
Thank
You become the mayor of the city.
Up next is Joe Delacruz.
Please smash that like button, everyone.
Thank you, Joe Delacruz, 95 Corey Road. I'm originally came here because you guys are going to disperse the opiate settlement funds tonight. We actually had a large group of people that were going to come here and show support, but it's these folks aren't ready for this kind of a situation. It's pretty tense in here. I do want to push back, and I'm not really going to talk about the opiate settlement fund tonight because, you know, I am a First Amendment guy, especially what's happening in our country right now. I think there's a lot of things that maybe you could put your camera work to good use following around ICE. But what I don't understand is how this is getting adjudicated at a town council meeting. There's nothing that these folks, I've served on the council 2 terms. I served on the RTM for 3 terms. I was a state representative. There was no point in time where any of these folks were going to be able to change something or fire a police officer or do whatever the people thought they were going to be able to do. I think you won. You're going to have your day in court. And in America, everything gets adjudicated. Getting ready to talk about the great work that we've been doing, having over 250 people at Ocean Beach with Community Speaks Out and people being very positive, and then having to come in. And I wasn't going to say anything. I saw there's a big billboard out there with a council meeting going on. The one thing that I don't think you guys understand is, and you may not understand it because you're on the other side of the camera, the folks that are putting this stuff up there, but I don't know if you understand the emails and the hate that they're getting. I've read many times where all you councils apparently started getting paid, because when I was there, it was unpaid. And to find out, you're still unpaid. So you guys are up here pretty much as good standing community members, and to go through what you're going through, and again, this really does go through a system. We have a court. You guys, you did win. I mean, the police officer got arrested. You're going to be in court. You're going to have your day in court. I just don't understand why we're frying our council here. Thank you guys for all the work that you do.
2 minutes is crazy.
Up next, Decency Defenders.
Oh, I like the name. This is going to be good.
Madam Mayor, Mr. Manager, members of the council, you all know me. I won't give my name and address to protect myself.
First Amendment, right? She's afraid of
I'm
retaliation.
here with others in the audience and many at home not comfortable coming here and being in this room tonight. I'm here to say thank you and I'm sorry. Thank you for volunteering your time, as many of you have done for years and years and years, serving us, the residents of Groton. It is appreciated by many of us, and we're sorry that you're being subjected to verbal abuse, harassment, and threats. Are you kidding me? From people who don't live in Groton. I live in Groton. So do the people who support you. It feels to me like our town and our town council meetings have been hijacked. And I find that very disturbing. We saw it at the citizens' petition at the August meeting. And it just so happens I received a message on my home phone that was for one of you, but I got to hear what you're being subjected to. The abuse, the name calling, the profanity. I was horrified, and I was very, very glad I don't have any young children living in my family, and that my grandchildren weren't there to hear that message. It was appalling. Citizens' petition is supposed to be a time for us, the citizens of Groton, to come and talk to you.
Is that better?
But the time that we get to do that is being usurped. That's very disturbing to me. I've never seen anything like it in my 30 years of participation. And so I close with just saying, know that you have lots and lots and lots of support from the citizens.
When are you going to cut her off? When are you going to cut her off?
Up next is Ian Thomas.
And I was long on an audit noting, just because she was supportive, Mayor Rachel Franco didn't cut her off.
Yes, you got more than 3 minutes? Got it.
Please smash that like button, everybody. And And yes, Chili,
24 Jefferson Drive.
Councilman Borderland is here. Hello, Harvey Freebird.
Council Borderland. Real quick, because that's all we got. The mayor spoke at the Board of Ed meeting back in the end of July, and one of her comments was pointed towards me regarding the FOI complaint that I successfully litigated against the town. And basically saying that I cost the town money. That is not my problem. The violation of the rule was the problem that needed to be addressed. The problem, if anyone's concerned about what the costs
Does it sound better?
that were incurred by that case, should talk to the town
Smash
manager,
that
the
like
town
button,
attorney,
everybody.
or the people that chose to pursue the defense of that, because it was clearly in error. And, you know, so the attorney advised you to move forward.
If the sound is good.
The attorney to move forward, but those are the people that chose to try to defend against that.
Thank you
Complaint.
for letting me know.
I think it was pretty cut and dry. As far as the new town council rules for citizen petitions, 5H is not being applied correctly. 11A governs the adjustment of time. All the time that I've ever witnessed, I've never seen time lengthened by a majority vote. I've seen it shortened by a majority vote, all situationally dependent. 5H was passed about 3-4 years ago when Mayor Melendez wanted to curtail some of the presentations and updates that were chewing up a lot of meeting time. That was the intent behind that rule. So this willful misinterpretation that's occurring now is just a more revisionist history. So I would encourage this council to reconsider the situation, or actually just consider it and do it under 11A, do it properly. Thank you.
Up next, Patrice Weaver.
Okay, we're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Long Island Audit is going to be going first.
Patricia Weaver,
After
75 Brandy Avenue.
maybe this person. She's running for councilwoman.
New Town Council. I'm sitting here before you to talk about the 3 new streams of revenue that are coming into our town. The opioid settlement funds, the cannabis funds, and the NIP taxes. I was on the RTM surface
Sean will be
years
speaking.
when the opioid funds
Thank Garden State Accountability. That myself.
I encouraged John Burt to fill out the paperwork.
Excellent, Sheila.
so
Thank
that
you.
we can get access to them. Back then, I spoke very passionately about how these funds are supposed to be used for education, prevention, and treatment. We are blessed in Groton to have several service providers, not just one. I have nothing against the one
Thank you,
that gets
Adam.
all of the donations from our town. I petitioned at that time for us to have a process to vet them like ARPA funds. I was told at that time, it's only $129,000. Why bother splitting $129,000? I don't know, because we have compassionate, caring people that are in these organizations helping our homeless population, our addicted population, and our domestic violence population. And just because homelessness and domestic violence are not primarily addicted, they're comorbid. And our population is growing. And this is not about the goodness of one, it's about the goodness of the whole. And as in your roles, you have to take into consideration that this stream of revenue, the opioid funds are 18 years. The cannabis funds are ongoing. The NIP taxes are ongoing. Altogether, it's about $250,000 a year. And to just arbitrarily vet that to one source because of favoritism, quite honestly, and that should have been accused because somebody's an outgoing person, there's no deadline to disseminate these funds. We have ample time, and we're promised last time that we were going to vet these funds. And hypothetically, it just came up in a meeting with no public comment, and 4 days later a decision was made. I'm asking the council to reconsider their vote.
Thank you. Your time has expired. Thank you.
I realize that. And quite frankly, I don't understand why you didn't recuse yourself from this, because you're showing favoritism to that organization, Rachel Franco.
Up next.
Yeah, good job. Excellent.
Sorry, that was me.
Yes, Michael Boucher.
Michael Boucher, Groton, Connecticut. There are many red flags in the town of Groton's application to use community investment funds to bail out the city of Groton's epic failure to manage the Shore Avenue seawall reconstruction. Both the state of Connecticut and the town of Groton failed to vet this project properly and fully. This bailout application for CIF funds was written up by the contractor who was owed money on the seawall. Yes. This bailout application for CIF funding was not in the agenda or was on the agenda package. Director Reinhardt provided information that ledge and other stuff were hid, but little else, which was completely lacking in known information and thus misleading. Councilor Rusk blocked another councilor's request for more information and now has positioned herself to be the paid mayor of the city of Groton.
Keep smashing the like button,
The
everybody.
town had been negotiating with the city long before the CIF application with respect to the millions in cost overrun that the city has incurred in the seawall project. The city of Groton has failed miserably with its foolish attempt to follow through on an incomplete RFP for the seawall project, and BL companies who wrote the RFP should be contacted. GU should have provided the exact location of its utilities for the RFP. Essential information was ignored. Even the Groton Town Manager's report in 2021 describes the sewer main as part of the seawall. The width of the seawall was never determined. More importantly, the design of the seawall required the ability to anchor it to bedrock. Only 3 test borings for a 350-foot seawall were completed for the RFP, and one of those borings failed to show bedrock at an acceptable depth. There was no follow-up on this extremely critical component to the seawall RFP. Again, please contact the designer of the seawall BL companies. I am not aware of any studies of the seawall's integrity that proved anything was wrong. The seawall was built around 1880, withstood many high tides, storms, and hurricanes, including the famous Long Island Express. Any roads or utilities were added after the seawall's completion, and the city of Groton chose to do infrastructure work around the completed wall and should have been made aware.
Annette Eldridge.
And I have lots of more information, but I know.
And I'm sorry, it's Tom O'Farrell.
2 minutes.
Tom O'Farrell is next. I'm
Is
sorry, I apologize.
illegal. She made 2 minutes illegal. They're trying to run us out of time, but they only give us 30 minutes for the whole thing.
I wanted to bring to your attention an issue with the new gas station, not so much the gas station, but the car wash that just went live, so to speak, at the top of Long Hill Road. There seems to be quite a lot of light pollution that's really affecting the neighborhood behind it. And I really wanted to emphasize that that car wash was 3 lots combined into 1 lot, and one of the lots was actually Brookshaven Road, which is not. It's in a CN zoning, but Brookshaven Road is a residential street. And they have interior lights. It seems like the whole lot is excessive with the lighting, but the interior lights run 24 hours a day. It's like living next to a dance.
We're getting close to Sean Long Island Audit speaking.
Is almost all
it's going to be quick. Give me soon.
Red, white, blue.
And then Garden State Accountability, and then Leroy Truth myself here.
And I would really like to emphasize again that that part of the building is actually on 0 Brookshaven Road, which is a residential street. So it's an issue at this point. We've brought it up with the zoning. We tried to block it because it didn't fit we felt it didn't fit the CN, which is a commercial neighborhood, I believe the term. And even in the application that the developer put in, he said the development would be properly, quote, buffered and screened from the neighborhood to the east, Brookshaven Road.
Thanks for the super chat. Jeff Thurb, thank you.
Provided at the rear of the site into the neighborhood to the east. So I don't know what you guys can do about it, but I appreciate it if you could look into it, and I would also address it with the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'll read all the super chats at the end. Thank you so much, everybody.
Up next, I'm sorry, Annette Eldridge.
Annette Eldridge, 35 Bear Swamp, Andover, Connecticut. I'm here as Executive Director of Community of Hope here in Groton at 120 Walker Hill Road. I'm here today to represent countless individuals and families that we serve every day. We're in the middle of an opioid crisis that continues to devastate our community. It's a crisis that demands bold solutions and inclusive ones. Yet year after year, we see the same agency receiving the opioid funding without an open or competitive process. Why is only one agency deemed eligible? Why isn't there room for collaboration, innovation, or new voices in this critical fight? Community Hope is doing the work. We are on the front lines. We've been there since 2005, providing services, support, and real hope for people battling addiction and families walking beside them. We're not asking for special treatment. We're asking for fairness. We're asking for opportunity to show what we can do with even a portion of this funding. Transparency in how these dollars are allocated and spent is not just best practice, it's a moral obligation. This is public money intended to heal and restore, and the community deserves to know where it's going and the impact it's having. Imagine what could happen if just 1 year another agency like ours was given a chance. Imagine the lives we could save, the families we could support, the partnerships we could build. Let's open the door to accountability, equity, and collaboration. The opioid crisis is too big for one agency alone. Let Community of Hope and others doing this good work have a seat at the table. Please come to our home and see what we do there. It's not just a house for women. It is a full-service basic needs program, and we also do recovery coaching. I've got my information here if anybody would like to. Can I hand this in?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Up next is Mary Ellen Furlong.
It looks like we're in the class. This is garbage. They're running out the clock on us here, ladies and gentlemen. They illegally are giving 30 minutes for all public speaking, and they have all these other people speaking in front of us. They may even be calling out of order.
My name is Mary Ellen Furlong. I live at 57 Fishtown Lane in Mystic.
I think they buried the list.
I'm very sorry to be here
out of
again
order.
tonight. The majority of this council has just been listening to a lot of things that are wrong, a lot of things that are causing this town a lot of money. And this latest thing where we're basically
Yes, Julie,
being gagged,
they're trying to silence
given
us.
2 minutes a month to talk about the problems is absurd. I have not seen this done before by any of the other councils.
Good for her.
And I also am witnessing this council not doing its job, not reviewing the budget the way they should. I really do not understand where this is going. This used to be a fairly reasonable council. And thank heavens we were able to deal with the Branford Manor, the oral school, and the data centers when we were actually allowed to talk. This has gotten absurd. And I begin to wonder whether the majority of the council has an attention span that can last 2 minutes. Thank you.
Maybe 10.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. Go ahead, your turn. Okay, Sean Long Island ought to go in now. Smash that like button. Smash, smash.
Good evening. So obviously I don't have a lot of time to speak today. I just wanted to address the council. First of all, I wanted to say that there were some people came up here, the Democratic leader of the town of Groton, who I'm sure the mayor or some of your councilmen brought over here to say that, oh, what we're doing to you is unfair. The First Amendment guy, who was a former councilman, said, you know, I'm a big believer in the First Amendment. Then he goes on to talk about a First Amendment protected billboard truck. There's due process. This is not due process what's happening to me. You spoke about due process, Councilwoman. This is not, it's all on video for the world to see. Your police department violated my constitutional rights. They arrested me for felony voyeurism, criminal trespassing when I left, no signage, breach of the peace, which has to be in a public place. There is no elements to these crimes, and it's all on video. They did it to protect BRYAN Fahey, the man who spat in my face and brandished a firearm at me, friend of the mayor, who has a long history of talking to Brian's wife. And I will just say, because I don't have a lot of time, Mayor, before the councilwoman Bordelon brought up that rule, I do my homework and I already looked into that rule. And you are in violation of your own rules. You are violating my rights again. And then for people saying, oh, what are you doing talking to them? Talk to the police. I can't talk to the police. What are you doing talking to them? They're the ones that are violating our free speech by limiting us to 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 30 minutes total. It's ridiculous. And you're doing it unlawfully, and it's not viewpoint neutral. You did it to protect your friend. So, I would like to enter into the record a lawsuit, Sean Paul Reyes versus Rachel Franco for violating my constitutional rights. You can have your attorney look into it. Here you go, town manager. the one that you respect the police. There's a copy for each and every single councilwoman and councilman there with a demand letter and the lawsuit ready for filing. You have 30 days to respond. And I would just like to say, I told that this isn't true, but I heard that there was an inappropriate relationship between the town manager and yourself. An inappropriate sexual relationship between the town manager and yourself. I heard that. I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to look into it. You can do a lot of stuff with this. Yeah, I think I have.
Up next is the Garden State Accountability.
Go ahead, Dave.
What's up, guys? I'm here today. Under the First Amendment, we have the right to address this council, not because I need anyone's permission, but we the people have the right to redress our grievances. That's exactly what I'm doing, and that's exactly what Sean Paul Reyes tried to do when he went to Sergeant BRYAN Fahey's house to ask him questions about overtime. Instead of answering those questions, Sergeant Fahey confronted Sean not once, not twice, but 3 different times. At no point was Sean the aggressor. He showed up with a billboard truck seeking transparency and insisted in dialogue. Sergeant BRYAN Fahey had a gun pointed at him and even spit on him. Now, I have to ask whose decision it was to charge him, because we waited a long time for him to get charged with disorderly conduct. And I want to address the false accusations about when you claimed when we spit on your chair, or you said Russ' chair, I forget whose chair it was. Liar. You said we spit on the chair. Did you guys review the cameras?
Liar.
Did we spit on your chair?
Liar.
Did we spit on the chair? So I drove 5.5 hours. I live near Atlantic City to get here because this stuff matters. And I hear there's rumors that you may resign under pressure. Is that true? Is it because you've lost the trust in the people? Leadership is not about lies or theatrics or false accusations. Leadership is about accountability. This community deserves better. Disorderly conduct is not enough. Sergeant BRYAN Fahey, his actions were unacceptable, and anyone who excuses them is complicit. And we the people will not be silent. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Up next is Leroy Truth.
Hello, Mayor Franco. First, I will ask you again publicly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how corrupt are you? This is your first time to be honest. Go. Time's up. Now, I can share passionately and eloquently the importance of freedom and all the things that you and the council, except for Councilwoman Bordelin, who is the hero of Groton, by the way. I love you. You're awesome. You hate to hear from we the people. That's why you got rid of 3 minutes of our time. The only person you love to hear from is you. So I am actually going to have you speak during my time. Go.
Not stop taking the floor when you don't have it.
Mayor Rachel Franco hasn't lied yet. Again, we're only 3 seconds into the video, so wait for it.
It's 6:42. We're taking a break because Councilor Bordelon will not remain in order and do not speak at this time. And do not speak at this time. I want you to appropriately do not speak during this time. So it is 6:43 now. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Yeah, it is perfect, isn't it?
Just represent me for people called.
I didn't say your name.
You look
and you need to stop. You need to stop. Right now, you need to stop. You need to stop. You need to stop. Right now, you need to stop. You need to stop. Don't speak to me. Do not speak to me. Do not speak to me. And you need to stop. You need to stop. Right now, you need to stop. Do not speak to me. Do not.
Who does she think she is? This is why I do what I do. To expose bully, coward, rude people like her who are in elected office.
Each presentation should be limited to 2 minutes.
All right, so in my last 12 seconds, will you resign now and do the people of Groton what they need and get rid of your cowardly, rude self, because how you treated Bordelin is so unacceptable. Again, you're the hero of Groton, Bordelin. God bless you. And keep speaking up truth to this vile, corrupt, make-believe mayor.
I'm not sure, I think it's SCAL 20 photo.
Scalzo Photo.
His name is Scalzo. My contact information is at scalzophoto.com. I'm going to settle the clock here. One of the speakers earlier today mentioned profanity being used directed towards the council people. I just want to set the record straight. The first time profanity was used was actually the mayor's husband at the first meeting. Leroy Truth and Sean went to speak, have conversations with the council people, and the mayor's husband interfered, tried to block them. And when Leroy said, "Sir, please don't touch, you're in the way," the mayor's husband said something like, "You fucking move." So the F word, someone in the front mentioned profanity. The first profanity was used by the mayor's husband. I just want to put that on the record.
Good point, Scalzo.
The BRYAN FAHEY family are personal friends of the mayor. That is the reason why the time was shortened to 2 minutes, to stop people from criticizing the mayor's personal friends.
Which earned them a lawsuit.
Exactly. So I'm going to repeat that. The only reason why the time was limited was to stop people from criticizing the mayor's personal friends, the BRYAN FAHEY family. And by the way, there's video of the BRYAN FAHEY's wife, personal friend of the mayor, giving the middle finger to people on the side of the street, as well as BRYAN FAHEY's son. So this talk of people using profanity, most of it's on the side of Mayor Rachel Franco's personal friends. And we saw the temper tantrum that the mayor had. "I'm the mayor, I can talk as long as I want." Meanwhile, everyone else gets limited in their time. And it's just really just childish behavior. If you went to any other business and tried to speak to the managers and they ran away, I mean, they'd be fired. So the only reason why this order here is to stop people from having conversations with the council people, because most of them are pretty immature and they don't know how to have conversations. And
yeah, Scalzo. Way to go.
Next is Lauren Gosser.
Lauren Gauthier, 31 Borson Road. I had come here tonight with the anticipation of speaking about the lack of transparency and unfairness in the distribution of opioid funding, specifically how there is no reason to be rushing it except for the fact that Mayor Franco wants to get this off of her list and done before she's no longer part of this council, and to provide it again to a friend of hers. Community Speaks Out does great work, of course. However, as noted, there are plenty of other organizations, and there should be absolutely due process vetted in how this can best be distributed. There's nothing that needs to be done tonight without that process. However, I'm going to pivot because this pearl clutching is getting to me. This circus is solely all of your creation. This has been a mounting problem for the past 8 years in Groton, as this council, and Mayor Franco in specific, has been tightening down on the public's ability to participate in a variety of manners, from reducing the number of times a month we can speak at citizens petition, reducing the time, in addition to putting votes so far away from public's petition that you can't actually come out and speak when a topic is ripe and they've already had 2 or 3 votes, and Mayor Franco sits there and goes, "Well, we already voted on this, we're just confirming our other votes." I just feel continuously embarrassed by all of you, especially those who profess some kind of moral superiority as Democrats and then do not act democratically. You act like you have no power, and yet you sit by silently while this is happening and act like all of this is unreasonable. People are pissed because of your behaviors and your actions.
Amen.
I'm wondering when you as leaders will accept responsibility for that and do some introspection. You are embarrassing the town of Groton. You are wasting our time, and you are making some horrible decisions because you won't accept feedback.
Amen. Great job.
Next councilwoman right there.
Next mayor, yeah.
All right, it's 7:06. It's been a half hour. We're going to move on to our
What? Only 30 minutes?
consent calendar.
That's not legal.
You're in violation of the law,
Counselor.
of your own rules.
Read them.
Can we please have silence in the gallery, please?
How about freedom and truth in the gallery?
Up next is the consent calendar. Councilor Parker, would you like to take that?
Thank you, Madam Mayor.
They literally killed other speakers from speaking.
2025-07.
It's terrible.
August
Yeah,
5th,
Soviet anthem was a good touch, I must say, myself.
And 2025-4-7 Special Trust Fund
Miguel.
contribution for September. I so move.
Freaking awesome. Hello there. I haven't seen a lot of the chat here. If Accountability All is here, I want to give a shout out to Accountability for All. He's the guy that got me started. I'm very grateful to everything he did, supporting me when I got started.
You recused yourself, and I don't remember if it was Councilor Parker or myself who was voted in to chair for just that one resolution. It would have to be.
Exposure Report. Hello there. Please subscribe to the Exposure Report.
So you'd like a note for the pro tem?
And again, if you haven't smashed that like button, smash it. It's one small step for freedom, one giant step for getting this video out to more and more people. The Hoktua guy, the Hoktua ex-Connecticut State Trooper, BRYAN FAHEY. And people have been telling me throughout the entire day today of the alleged corruption of Mayor Franco. And they say it is huge. So I'm going to be doing a deep investigation to Mayor Franco, allegations against her husband, David Franco, allegations of missing money from the Little League. Again, these are just allegations. I'm going to be investigating. He's the head of the Little League here.
Like a paragraph, for example, Michael Boucher.
Hello, Accountability Amplified, Banana Anner as well. John Danicola, Q the Audit, Bill of Rights, Lisa Johnson, Fred Johnson, Call of Duty Auditor, thanks to all the mods.
There should be a bullet point of something.
And anyone who would like to support our work, do super chat, super thanks. Or mods, can you put my links in the comments for Cash App, Venmo, etc.?
Concerning a complaint that was filed last year.
I'm going to be here in Groton, Mystic area all week, today, tomorrow, and Thursday, and I will be streaming live in front of the courthouse where Cop to BRYAN FAHEY will be arraigned this Thursday. So for our 10 o'clock, I will be there, live streaming at the Windham Superior Courthouse in Windham, Connecticut, where BRYAN FAHEY will be arraigned. And we are going to ask him peacefully, ask him some questions. When did he first start spitting? When did he realize he loved spitting so much? Has he been tested for any diseases lately?
It's not a transcript, it's just what happened, what was the votes and what happened that day. It's not word for word.
Thank you. Is there a second on this amendment motion? I don't see a second.
Okay, we're going to head outside now. All of us are going to head outside.
So then my concern is then on there, looking at these, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 11 speakers. So if it's not required to put everything, why do some have it and some don't? Again, I'm not taking favoritism on any of them. I ask for equal and fair representation. So Sean Paul Reyes says, shared concerns about being arrested by Groton Town Police. That's all he got. Speaker 2 spoke about support for Sean Reyes, names not given. Number 3, Lauren Gothier goes into great detail. Property developer agenda states that she was at Pleasant Valley Road, appropriate spot for District 4 to receive recreation facilities. She gave examples of areas that places it are zoned for housing. She asked for the council not to vote for the developer on her agenda. Number 2 speaker, Michael Boucher, number 10, 16 Hillside Ave, shared concerns about the seawall project. Much different than Gothier's. Ian Thomas goes on and again is much different. Ian says, 24 Jefferson Drive, that he is a member of the Board of Education, the husband of Councilor Bordelon, and he states that he wanted to correct the record concerning the complaint that was filed last year. He stated that he will be submitting the findings of that complaint to the permanent record for this meeting. So if the rule is to only, why is it, and I agree with Councilor Rusk, what I ask, and I didn't get a second, is they're not equal and fair. So either we limit it, which I don't agree with, because we have to keep in mind that these minutes are permanent record, and not everyone has access to TV. Some people are hearing impaired, and some people read the minutes. I have some of our constituents that have said to me they can't watch the meetings, the closed caption misses things. They read these. So it is important to know why someone was there. I just asked for this, but if I don't have the support, I guess I don't have the support to correct it. But it's not fair across the board.
Clerk Melendez, do you have a response?
I mean, all I can say is then going forward, just put people's names and just one sentence or something. I don't think that Gauthier has everything. Right, we're following the Connecticut General Statute. I mean, I don't think that every from Lauren Gauthier or Ian Thomas, it was word for word or everything they said. It was just a bullet.
East Carbon, thank you for
How come everyone else didn't get it?
being a member. If you'd like to become a member now. Super helps the work.
I mean, I think Michael Boucher comes here all the time to talk about the seawall. What is his concern with the seawall? If I just moved here tomorrow and I read these minutes, what is his concern? Do we know?
Ooh, they're not doing clear and
Again, it's just not fair. That's why.
clear minutes
There
that
is
people
more
understand what they're
detail in
speaking
one
about.
and not in the other. So Michael Boucher deserves the same
That is
paragraph that Ian
Councilwoman
Thomas got, as well
Bordelin.
as Lauren Gauthier.
Only one who speaks
And
up
a
against the
simple
mayor.
bullet point of saying he's concerned about the whatever his complaint was, and it's not here. So I don't understand. But if I don't have the support of the council to amend that, that's the will of the.
See, the council are a bunch of puppets to the tyrant,
ADA compliance, that these are also
the
permanent
tyrant
records, and there are people
mayor,
who don't have the time
Rachel Franco.
to watch video in its entirety. That becomes a full-time job. These bullet points, when our community, once a month for 2 minutes now, come to speak.
Johnny Eagle,
we should be
hello.
putting at least a bullet point of what they were coming to speak about. Not just their name and their address. That means nothing. They didn't waste their time once a month.
What you're saying is very important.
Representing Michael Boucher and his address about the seawall.
Well, it does say it was his concern. It just didn't state what was his concern.
They're doing terrible minutes.
It's not just his name and his address.
Correct, and that's the thing, is that no one knows what the concern is.
Okay.
These minutes
And I
are
agree with you,
pathetic.
it's not a transcript, but
Point
then
of
why
order.
are others
Your point of
more
order.
elaborate on? That's all I'm asking.
This was supposed to be a question, and it's not a question, it's now turned into a conversation or a debate.
And she talks very quietly. She's
So
very afraid of
also in
Franco.
these minutes, moving on,
That was Counselor, what is it,
under the opioid settlement.
Parker.
There's nothing here to talk about the fact that people brought up other names.
What page are you on?
Page 15. I mean, again, I can respect the fact it's not a transcript, just like I said, the other thing.
Everybody, we're gonna
More detail, others have
do a summary outside.
I think
Scalzo
it's
Photo
vital,
there.
Again, not
Yes.
everyone-
Thank you both. So here, take a look over here. Let's take a quick tour around here. So, smash that like button if you haven't. I really appreciate everyone joining me here. Here, take a look. Community room 2. Actually, community room 3 is here. Employees only here, so we are not going to go in there, of course. But here, let's take a look. What's in there? Is there a magic dragon? A Pikachu? I don't know. Ghosts? I don't see anything especially important in there. Take a look at the snack bar. For the most part, a bunch of garbage. The one semi-good thing they have is a Kind bar. Semi-good. Let's see, they got all kinds of, they got water, Life water. At least they have water. Some type of Red Bull, make-believe Red Bull stuff. Then they have this, oh, this is committee room 2. Oh, this is another meeting. Wow, look at that.
So,
You never know what they got. So this is another meeting.
the wrong windows were put in on the first floor. Those are
You can barely hear that.
just the first part after this.
Okay. Don't know what they're doing in there, sounds very boring. It's kind of like a whisper meeting. Now let's take a walk out to the billboard truck and see if anyone happens to be hanging out at that. So, let's see here. It's a beautiful night in Groton, Connecticut, I gotta tell you. Here we are, Groton. And I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, take that off. So let's see what's going on out here with the incredible billboard truck. First, got to check out this motorcycle. I've got a Kawasaki 900 Vulcan LT. I love my bike. There's a Harley Davidson here, beautiful bike. I'm guessing 900 to 1200. Awesome bike. And let's check out the billboard truck. And it's twilight right now. What time is it Eastern time? It is 7:20, 7:19 approximately Eastern time here. Oh, okay, look at the sign here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how corrupt is Mayor Franco? And look at that, just like Sean's billboard truck, that was a great artist that did that. Check this out. Here, let's get closer here. And this definitely commands attention, this truck.
Yeah, it is perfect. This is changing the timing of the public comments.
Look at this. Tyrant Mayor Franco hates free speech and needs to resign now. I would say both of those are accurate. And if you feel they're accurate, say yes. If you want Mayor Franco to resign now. And by the way, she and John Burt, the town manager, took off all of the contact information for the mayors and council people, except Bordelon had hers put back. And if anyone has Mayor Franco's email address, if you would like to peacefully, I do not tolerate any violence or threats of violence, period. Peacefully. If anyone has it, can find it, to let her know if, you know, your First Amendment thoughts, peacefully.
This is, my rights were violated on camera for the world.
I will continue.
This truck is great. I just love it.
Do not speak at this time. Appropriately. Do not speak during this time. I didn't say your name. You need to stop.
And this is what I played during the meeting today. And she said, I ran out of time. 2 minutes is nothing. And I played this during my speaking time, since, as I said, she hates hearing from the people. She loves hearing her own self, and she unlawfully limits our time to 2 minutes while she declares again and again and again, I can talk as long as I want. I'm the mayor. I'm the mayor. I can talk as long as I want. I'm Mayor Franco. Beata. That's her. She hates freedom. She hates the people. And I've received huge allegations. These are allegations. I want to always be clear. Every man or woman is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. But I've received huge allegations of alleged corruption against Mayor Franco and against her husband, David Franco, who I was told is the head of Little League. And there's been some allegations of some money that may or may not have been missing, some equipment that may or may not have been procured. And if that's the case, you know, we're going to investigate it. David Franco and Mayor Franco are innocent right now until proven guilty. These are only allegations. So this has been another pathetic example of a lack of freedom, a lack of transparency, a lack of care for the people, we the people. And BRYAN Fahey, too, let's talk about him. He was charged only with disorderly conduct. And what about menacing? And you got anything you want to say, sir, on camera?
Yeah, I was skunked today because I was within that 30-minute time frame, and I'm a resident of Groton, so I think these arbitrary rules that Mayor Franco imposes is totally unfair for the citizenry.
Absolutely. And I'm glad Councilwoman Bordelon brought it up, but I would have liked her to draw a line in the sand. Because what they did tonight was illegal. And Sean already did deep research on that, and that's what his lawsuit that he will be serving them will be about. So that you were skunked today, unacceptable, absolutely. And it was illegal as well.
And it's ironic that the police are here and they're allowing them to get away with it.
Right. I mean, you literally saw criminality right here.
Yes.
And this gentleman, we've talked before, he's awesome, awesome man, local resident. He had his own concerns that he had a right to his time. You don't limit the public. And there wasn't like there were 100 speakers, but guess what? If there were, so be it. And as Councilwoman Borderland said a few meetings ago, she said there have been times where there were some very hot button issues, and it went on for hours and hours and hours. And no one ever said, okay, we're going to shut speakers off because it's been too much time. They were all heard, even though they were all ignored. But they were at least heard publicly and on the record, shall we say. And today, this gentleman was a good speaker, and whether he is or is not is irrelevant. But his First Amendment rights were violated profoundly and maliciously by not just Mayor Rachel Groton, but every other single coward on that council, including Councilwoman Parker, Councilwoman Rusk. What are the other names?
I'm not too familiar. This is the second time I've ever been to the Groton Town meeting, but I'm going to probably start to attend it a little bit more now.
Yep, see? Mayor Franco, you're making me come back, you're making Sean come back, you're making Garden State Accountability come back, you're making the Exposure Report come back. And please subscribe to them all, especially the Exposure Report. We want to get him to the 10,000 mark. And also Scalzo Photo, we want to get him to the 1,000 mark. And so what's making you come back now?
Well, I still have some concerns about the fact when I heard that BRYAN FAHEY was arrested, and from what I saw in the video that Sean was taping at the time, it was like definitely under a charge, where if it was a citizen, it would have been flipped and the citizen would have been overcharged.
Right. Yeah, well, let's see, like an American who did nothing wrong, let's see, broke no laws, Sean Long Island Audit, and his cameraman. Cameraman had, what was it, $25,000 bond?
I think it was $50,000.
Maybe $50,000, and Sean had $75,000. Yeah. Right. Even though originally it was no bond, just an appearance ticket for the cameraman, and it was $10,000 bond for Sean.
And BRYAN FAHEY is just a written promise to appear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yep. And BRYAN FAHEY, written promise to appear. He's the one who brandished the gun. He's the one who spit with allegedly vile curry goat breath into Sean of Long Island's mouth. And if you can imagine what rancid curry goat tastes like after it has been left out like a big giant pot in the Sahara Desert for about 4 months with no rain.
That's funny.
That gives you a fraction of what it felt like to be Sean when he was biologically attacked by BRYAN FAHEY. And that's what it is. It's a biological attack. When he literally placed his mouth next to another man's mouth and willfully and maliciously spit in it. He did a better Haktua than the original Haktua girl, for God's sakes. Oh, so you know what? I wonder if BRYAN FAHEY is going to start his OnlyFans. It's like he'll have a special spitting theme. I bet there's a whole market for ex-Connecticut State Troopers like BRYAN FAHEY who spit into people's mouths. I bet they make a lot of money, buy a second house in Florida, right?
An additional irony is that when the police showed up, the Groton police in the cul-de-sac, the police officer said that, well, if you spit on me, I will arrest you. So it's like rules for me and not for them. So
But not only that, he said, the Groton police officer, do you recall his name?
No, I don't.
He said, and again, most of you have seen the video, but have not, watch the video. It's on Sean's channel and mine as well. Sean asked the police officer, what if Sean had spit into one of their mouths? Or just on them, just spit at them, anywhere, even on their clothes. The police officer said it would be a felony. He'd be arrested on the spot. But for a regular American, no charge. Well, after huge public pressure and probably 10, 15, 20 million views of Sean's video, the slap on the wrist charge was disorderly conduct or something.
Yeah,
it's pathetic.
Really undercharged.
So, right, I'm going to go back in one more time and just see what's going on. And these meetings usually are like watching lead paint dry, but you never know, because that's why I want you to always record the police, even when you think nothing's going to happen, because that's when something happens. Oh, it's boring, you know what? I'm not going to record, and then suddenly someone gets the bleep bit out of them. So always record. It's better to have nothing on your phone than to miss an opportunity to save someone, either to save their life perhaps by recording and letting the cops know you're recording. Maybe they'll stop what they're doing if they're bad cops, or accountability if they do something unthinkable and reprehensible, which has happened many times.
Thank you, Leroy, for what you're doing.
Oh, my pleasure, and pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll be back around.
All right, excellent. Okay. All right, so hey, he's awesome. I love him. And we talked the last meeting. Let's check out if there's anything new going on inside here. You never know. I'm walking the talk. I'm asking you to always record, even if you think nothing is going to happen. Because you never know when something happens until it happens. They don't give warnings. And so, yeah, let's go in, take out the camera here. Oh, also, this is my new mic system. So this is the first time using it with my setup. This is the new DJI Mic 3. Let me know, is the sound good? If it's, in fact, give me from a 1 to 5. 1 being not good, 5 being great, and then whatever in between. I'm curious how the sound is coming across, and when people are being interviewed too.
You guys routinely ignore the citizens of this town. People wouldn't yell at you, Adam, if you were receptive to what people would say. Right, nobody's yelling at you.
Nobody's yelling at me.
But you're telling me I can't be angry about being ignored?
No, I'm
about
not saying you can't be
treatment
angry.
by
I'm just
counselors?
explaining to you, when you're screaming and yelling, people don't hear you. That's all I'm gonna say.
I didn't hear you scream and yell.
We're not talking about here. We're not talking about now. We're not talking about you.
But like I've already
you're
said
very
multiple
mean.
times, it doesn't matter what tone of voice I say, what tone of voice I use, what argument I make, how angry, how polite, how whatever. You guys don't hear anyone you don't want to hear.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way.
I'm sorry that you vote that way,
I would
Adam.
like to have more conversations with you.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I hope you understand
He's a gaslighter.
how many bridges you've burned. And I will not just call you directly to have some secret side conversation when I can address you in public and the public can see that you don't actually care.
That's just what
She's speaking truth. She's speaking truth.
Vote, and you sit there silently while Franco acts like that. You back her up and you continue to dogpile on Portia Boylan. You know that you do.
Talk to you later. All right. See you later.
Bye.
Is he a councilman?
Yes, that's Councilor Adam Pacino.
Adam, what's his last name?
Pacino?
With an F or a P?
P.
He dresses like Jimmy Buffett, for God's sakes. They talk about decorum. You can dress up. What is this? Once a month they have these meetings?
4 times a month. It's every Tuesday.
Okay. And what was his issue with you? And obviously, he didn't like, the manner you were speaking, and when it's, of course, your choice to speak as you feel fit.
His problem is that I did not address my concerns with him through a personal phone call.
Ooh, to a side call.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Hey, God bless you. Good night.
I've been coming to meetings for years and years. My primary issue has been the fact that there's a completely unequitable, actually considered environmental injustice by consultants to the town, lack of recreation space in the western part of town, in the West Pleasant Valley District specifically. We have had all of our schools except for one be closed. One has been turned into about 300 apartments. About a mile from my house, there's 1,000 units that have been approved this year alone, and we do not have any kind of really publicly owned park. And so,
Can you pause 1 minute? Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
One of the councilmen came out here and was reprimanding her.
The councilman or the manager?
No, one of the councilmen. Adam.
Really?
And he wanted a sidebar private conversation, and he was upset because she wouldn't do it publicly. And
or I wouldn't. He didn't want to do it publicly.
He wanted to talk to you privately. Why don't you run for the council?
I am running for council.
You are?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name's Lauren Gauthier.
Lauren Gauthier.
Okay, there's Lauren Gauthier. Lauren Gauthier, everybody.
Can I'll get her contact information offline, but
Yeah.
I would love to support you. I have a billboard truck. we could put your face on the billboard truck. Vote for Lauren. End corruption.
It's going to help you get elected.
Yeah, we could drive it around town with a QR code. Do you have a website?
We're in the works of a website,
Okay.
some online donation.
There's a website guy that we know too, right? I mean, we
have a great
we'll help
website
you.
guy.
Who here would donate to Lauren? She's a brave defender of freedom. Who here would donate to Lauren's campaign?
Same on my channel. Who would donate?
Who here would donate?
Put a 1 if you would or a yes.
Vote Lauren, vote Lauren, vote Lauren. Vote, look, I know they're around the world, but I'm just saying we could get it locally.
Yes.
Right? We could get people to come down here and go door to door and help you. I would love for you to see on that council. That'd be great.
I would knock door to door. I know Sean would as well.
I know I called you guys the circus, but I do appreciate that. This
No.
is something that you're passionate
No,
about.
seriously.
It's,
Again, and you're right to say, you were right to say that they did it themselves. I'm like, thank you. When you said that, I'm like, please, it's just logical. It's like they did do it to themselves.
Yeah.
You could have came and said, we're going to look into this. This is a really serious issue.
Yep.
Gave us our 5 minutes, and I probably never would have been back here.
I was going to say, I was here the very first meeting that you guys showed up and asked to address the council, and they said, no, we only do that once a month.
Right.
And
They could have said, you know what, we'll make an exception. We know who you are. We know what happened. If I was a councilman, I would do that. I'd be like, listen.
But they gave you 3 weeks to organize.
Right.
They gave you additional fire
Right,
by
they could have just
behaving
said,
the way
let's
that they
talk about it.
behaved.
Mr. Reyes, we'll make an exception. I'd put a motion to allow Mr. Reyes to speak. Let him speak. Let him get his, I saw the video.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, we can't get into details, but we are going to look into it. Again, it's all about how you handle yourself.
And so I think I made the comment to you walking in that this isn't even the half of it. This has been an ongoing problem.
I've heard. We've been getting, both of us have been getting a
Huge
lot
amount.
of emails from people in Groton talking about what's going on here.
Part of the problem back in 2017, this council, the Democrats swept in Groton, right? And so Groton is actually a bit of an anomaly when it comes to Connecticut political subdivisions or municipalities, right? So everywhere else, except for I think a small handful, maybe less than 5 municipalities, requires minority representation on their town-wide boards, which means, if you've got 5 Democrats, you have to have at least 4 Republicans or independents. Because Groton has a political subdivision, the city of Groton, and because we have an RTM that is minority representation proportionally, this council is allowed to be entirely one party, which is an anomaly in the state of Connecticut. So that's the first thing. In 2017, anti-Trump sentiment allowed the Democrats to sweep. And from there, the local Republican Party, unfortunately, just wasn't able to get its legs underneath it. This is as Connecticut's very blue, as you can imagine. And so...
Well, something is that this is a case in point, case study, is that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. When you have no opposing party, you have a Mayor Rachel Franco, and the rest of the board is created.
I'll do you one better. Plato. The price of apathy is to be ruled by evil men.
Wow, good one. I haven't used that before.
So,
the price of apathy is to be ruled by evil men.
And so, unfortunately, folks don't consider how impactful local politics or local governance is on their life, and it's been
true. And I tell that to my subscribers. I'm like, hey, listen, go to your public meetings, go to your local meetings, and especially young people. Let's get involved. Let's do something about it, because they just run all over and do whatever they want.
And the power is really in these boards. I mean, the council kind of sits at the top, but a lot of what affects you, folks who came out to talk about lighting, that's at your planning and zoning. You want something to happen. There's recreation commissions, there's housing commissions, right? There's community development commissions. Your voice is so outsized in those committees because nobody else shows up. The public doesn't show up to those. And so when you typically in those commission meetings have someone come up from the public, we want to give you all the floor. We want to hear from you, because most of the time we're thinking, how do we get people more engaged? How do we get our message out? How do we let them know that this is what we're doing and this is what we're working on? So as someone who's served on all different kinds of commissions and boards and been elected and been appointed to things, coming in front of this council and seeing the way that they absolutely do not care and do not want to hear, and they actually find it very amusing when people criticize them, it grates me to the core.
But when I came out here, Sean, and Lauren, I had told my audience I was going to be done with my live stream, and I said, you know what? As I say, always record the police, even when you don't see them doing anything that you think is going to happen, because you never know. And I said, I'm going to walk my talk, and I'm going to come back in just in case there's something happening. And when I came in, I saw Adam Pacino.
Pacino.
with a P. Adam
P-U-C-C-I-N.
Pacino being very disrespectful to you and saying you were screaming at him and they're not gonna hear you because you're screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't hear you when you talk normally. And by the way, I don't believe in a million years you were ever screaming.
Oh, I've screamed at them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then good for you. Good for you.
So a few years back, I screamed at them again about how embarrassing they were for a number of reasons, but mostly
Sounds
just
like a continuing problem.
this is a culmination of years and years of a dedicated group of folks who, like Bunny Furlong, who've been coming out consistently, just not giving them peace, right?
Wow.
And it's a shame that, again, there's nothing particularly special or charismatic about these counselors.
No,
nothing. Something, they've done good work. I'm not going to discredit them. Some of them have spent a long time in public service, but something about being up on that council, they forget all of that. And unfortunately, like I mentioned, because there isn't a balance of power in our political system here in town, they've been allowed to think that they're God's chosen, and that's really what they believe. And you did rightfully call out defenders of decency, the chair of the Democratic Town Committee. I've had many conversations, well, I shouldn't say many, I've had conversations with Natalie Billings, and she admits that her sole goal as the chair of the Democratic Town Committee here in town is to amass that power, consolidate that power. She wants to own every single available seat. And it's gotten to a point, even on like the RTM where we have minority representation, there's a lot of empty vacant seats that belong to the minor parties, or Republicans or independents or unaffiliated, that aren't filled because people aren't getting recruited into them. They don't know that they're available, but also it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time because even though the RTM is supposed to be our fiduciary body that checks the power of the town council, most of the Democrats that sit there, they want to talk for 4 hours and waste your time and then rubber stamp what the council does. And actually this concern that folks have alluded to, where this year in particular, they increased the budget by 8%, but did not really spend any time discussing those increases. They really just wanted to focus on their personal vendetta with the Board of Education because a very critical member of the public, Ian Thomas, he's actually married to Councillor Bordelon, and he is a member of the Board of Education. He was duly elected to it, which really grinds their gears. But, they've had this vendetta against the Board of Education, and so they've been trying to chop at that and do audits. And, again, where credit where it's due, there's some very concerning things happening there.
Audits.
Yeah. I gotta say that Billy the Kidster, he donated $100 and he said for your campaign, so I'll be giving that to you. So there you go.
Well, we'll talk about campaign finance law in a while.
And if anyone also wants to donate on my channel as well.
Yeah, be legit.
All right, so thank you. I support you. Sean supports you. All of our subscribers support you. We probably have 10,000 people total between our channels now who are watching this. And you're speaking truth to power. And again, I was disgusted when I saw Adam come out.
Sorry, I just want to. That lawsuit I filed I wrote it pro se lawsuit, and because she's supposed to, it's in Rule 11, citizens petition, and she used Rule 5H, which has nothing to do with it.
Right.
So therefore, I believe it's a viewpoint discrimination against what I'm wanting to talk about, and it's usurpation of her power. So we'll see how that works out. She thinks she could do it. We'll ask a federal judge. So
And she doubled down on it tonight. And also, I was saying that Adam Pacino. It's very unforgettable.
No, and I started that with him.
But anyway, he was being very disrespectful. Then he was very disrespectful to me, and his nostrils flared. It was very unattractive. And that's like when a cobra when they're about to strike. And instead of, we got 10,000 people between both of our lives right now, and he's acting like a little nostril flaring tyrant. So
Yeah,
I appreciate you. I appreciate your voice.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks, Lauren.
and we support you.
Lauren for Town Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's got my endorsement.
Okay.
We got to talk, Lauren, about campaign finance laws. We do it legit.
Yep, we'll do it all clearly. Let's see if anything else is interesting going on. I'm going to go.
Let's see if anything's going on with your guys.
One more time. Go in here.
So excited for this, something that I supported, it's a great initiative, and I look forward to seeing other ways, I guess through the mayor to the town manager, if we wanted to look for advertising on these or artwork, how would that have to look? How could we seek to look at that and look at some of our neighboring towns that already have that?
Do they have them on these type of?
Yeah, jam-packed.
If you see it, take photo for me, and I'll show it to Greg, and
He was aware of it, I just didn't know how we looked into that. Should I-
Okay, this is like watching lead paint dry. We're gonna depart. It looks like they have timers for the. Looks like they have timers for the council people as well. Scalzo Photo. Subscribe to him. Guard State Accountability. Subscribe to him. Yeah. Thank you. And the police have been very professional here today. They have not attempted to escalate anything. I think they were like, they didn't want to be here. They know that we are not a threat whatsoever to anyone. All right. And I mean, this is a tiny little town too, ladies and gentlemen, tiny little town.
What's up, Leroy?
Hey, how are you?
Awesome to see you guys out here.
Good to see you. Okay, and so I'm gonna do an outro here in front of the billboard truck. So I appreciate everyone staying with me. So stay tuned for the outro here, and then we will continue our evening. Possibly take the billboard truck and just take it all over Groton area, Mystic area. And wow, this looks even better at night, of course. It's so bright. Check this out.
Don't speak to me.
There's Satana. Satana. Mayor Rachel Satana. Oh, you know what? It's so bright you can't even see the billboard truck. Let me see here.
Public comments is something that
That's a little better.
do as the mayor.
It's a little washed out. All right, so I appreciate each of you, Rami, everyone coming out here, and Accountability for All, and Chuck Bronson. God bless you, man. You are incredibly awesome, and Harvey Freebird, and every single person here. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to share any Trooper chats or Trooper thanks or Cash App, Venmo, the work is expensive, and I'm here in Groton since yesterday night. I found a place to stay here, and I'll be here until Thursday, and I will be live Thursday morning, probably around 9 a.m. in front of the courthouse where Kaptua Mayor BRYAN Fahey will be arraigned, and Sean cannot be there because he has that ridiculous order of protection. Oh, thank you, Rami, for putting my PayPal in there, and Venmo, Cash App. And because Sean has an order of protection, he will not be able to go in front of the, or into or in front of the courthouse. Oh, constitutional freedom fighter, God bless you. Thank you. So I will be there live, 9 o'clock, unless it's later, but right now it's going to be 9 o'clock or 9:30. So stay tuned for that, and set your alarms, and make sure you have all notifications on your YouTube here. So a couple things before we go. Please subscribe to my good friend, The Exposure Report. Please subscribe to my good friend, The Exposure Report. The first subscription you do. Also subscribe to the Garden State Accountability, Scalzo Photo, and Leroy Truth, in that order. And we are the Leroy Truth Investigations Tyranny Response Team, and we go wherever tyrants like this are and need to be called out, and sometimes through very serious means, sometimes through very humorous means, sometimes through very satirical means, or all of the above. And sometimes they'll say, oh, it's such a circus. You create the circus. You create the circus, and we are there to document the circus. So we appreciate, and I appreciate each of you. God bless you. You're the true patriots of the United States of America. Jerry. And that's the same with Rachel Franco. Rachel. So God bless you all. Oh, Jerry. Oh, and let me see if I can see the super chats here. But I want to be able to read them off. I mean, a number of people, how do I do this? I don't see that. If someone could tell me how to do it. And just got to tell our super chat.
chat here, Constitution Freedom Fighter. I don't see the other ones. I'm not sure how to do that, and I so appreciate super chats. And let's see, Claudette, everyone. All right, I'm going to end this now, and I apologize. I don't see the super chats to be able to share those, but I appreciate them so much. And if you are inspired by my work, want to help support my work, I have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal account information in the description of every one of my videos. And make sure to check out, if you haven't watched my video from Washington, D.C., in front of the White House, where the Secret Service, they thought I was going to burn the flag, which I would never do, but they surrounded me, and I was investigated by CIA, Homeland Security, FBI, Secret Service, and God knows who else, Park Police. And then I told them I wasn't here to burn the flag. I'm here to ask questions about what people think of that, as I'm a neutral political channel. I welcome everyone of every political persuasion or no political persuasion to be supporters of our freedom work, not just mine, it's ours. And remember, as Martin Luther King said, the problem is not that we are outnumbered, the problem is that we are out-organized, and we are organizing peacefully, powerfully, passionately, and we are changing America. Think nationally, but act locally all the time. And don't just go to one meeting, go to every single meeting until you have the change you want. You have the accountability that you are demanding, and you get rid of those corrupt, vile politicians who represent themselves, their self-interest, their pocketbooks, and not your freedoms and your interests for you and your family. And lastly, come on, Garden State Accountability, what's your final words?
Final words are smash that like button, guys. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. Well, let's go. Let's go.
Smash, smash, smash. And smash for Garden State Accountability, the Exposure Report, and Scalzo Photo. God bless you all. See you next time. Please watch my newest videos too. Watch them.
You're out of order again. So again, for the third time, you're out of order. So I'll continue.